Um, so we were going to be circling right back around to customers. I think I'd still like to do that. And what I'd kind of like to do for just a second is go talk about some of the different pieces. So I know that I'm in here. Shannon entered me so that I could actually go buy some, she was going to do some custom sewing projects for me. I need a suit. By the way, I hate suits. Like, you can't move your arms or anything. So I'm a non-suit person.
Pinstripes. I don't see you in that at all.
I'm the gangster with the pinstripe, right? No, actually, funny thing, when I first got my first suit, way back when I got baptized, I got my suit, and I was so excited. I thought it was the coolest thing. And my mom was actually a seamstress, and it wasn't ready, and so this is kind of funny. She actually had to roll up the pants, and we taped them inside of the suit, and then she pressed it so it would kind of look like a hem, but it was actually just done with tape because I needed to use the suit right then because I was heading out to go get baptized. I was on my way. So, but anyway, kind of just some fun stuff. So, customers, I'm going to jump into my thing. First off, let's actually do this. Let's go to the customer homepage. So what we're going to do, Shannon, do you want me to use classic, my favorites, map? What's the best?
Yeah, either. Why don't you use the buttons?
Okay, awesome. We're going to go here to the chooser, and we're going to use the buttons as the default interface. So say this is my interface. Now, customers, I would just have to scroll down to the C's. If you had named this student, it would potentially be clear down at the S's part of it, okay? Or it might say students and then customer off to the side. It's a little smoke and mirror there, okay? We're going to go to the customer home page, okay? It's nothing super special. At the top, you have tons of links that kind of get you around. You also have a generic basic search. If you want to go a little deeper, this actually goes to the exact same spot, but you can filter it by even more pieces, statuses and types and first and last names. Like, you can tighten it down just a little bit. Both searches go to the exact same place, okay? So for instance, let's just put in more, and I'll hit search. You know what? It was under business name. It did not find me under the business name. I'll just flip that to all. Now it found more and more, okay? Brandon and Cheryl. This is the search result page. It also has a ton of links that will help you kind of bounce around to different things. If you don't find your results and you knew that you did a good search, it's very simple. You just add it, okay? The add process is very simple. I'm gonna kind of jump out for a second just so I can kind of show you some pieces, okay? And I know that this looks very small, but this whole top portion here is your main customer information. And there's a little button right there, okay? And then below that, you actually have additional contact, and additional contact. So if you needed to, you could potentially be setting up one-to-manys immediately. A customer has tons of one-to-many relationship. The main customer, let's just say, for instance, Joe's Shipping Yard, okay? But maybe we wanted to know Joe's information because he's the owner. And maybe we also wanted to know his wife's information right here. And maybe we also wanted to know the person that handles their receivables right here. We have 3 just because it's kind of like, hey, let's get you started. It's technically unlimited, okay? It's not required. I'm just going to jump back out again to full size, and you would literally just add your pieces of the puzzle. I'm going to hit back for just a minute, and we're going to jump into a record that's already created. Once it gets created, you get to a thing that's called the log, okay? Technically, this is where some of your one-to-many relationships will start showing up. This is how you track information for people. Once again, I'm going to kind of blow out just a minute so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on, okay? Up here on the top, this is your main information, okay? Your customer ID number is right here. You have some dates. Depending on if you add dates or not, it'll start adding some subs. If you need additional contacts, remember how we had those 3 at the first? You have your additional contacts here, as many as you needed, okay? Like say you had multiple ship-to addresses for, say you had one client who's going to be paying you, but they want you to ship to all 50 states, okay? You might potentially have 50 different contacts or even multiple contacts for that one customer as far as where it needs to ship to. This is your logs. Your logs are any sort of notes that are happening, what's going on. and then way down below is your FlexGrid tie-ins. I just wanted to kind of show you in a kind of a blown out version, if you will, just so you can kind of get an idea of what needs to happen. I'm going to switch back to my normal tools, and we'll just go back forward. Okay, one thing that we didn't talk a whole lot of is once you are on the person's log, there's tons of links here to apply payments, payment history, what do they owe me, what are my invoices, what line items have I ever given to this person, what are the invoices year to date, last year, statements, quotes, elements of time, FlexGrid. Like, there's tons of power links up at the top on the log page. If you needed to see how many elements of time, there's another link right here that takes you right to it. You have tons of add capability. If you wanted to add a contact, say I wanted to put in wife. Boom, it could be that easy. Bam. And I just added wife, Heather Moore. It's my wife, okay? If I wanted to add children, guess what? Click. Like, it's very easy, but what it does is it starts tracking some of that data and it wraps it underneath the main, which is currently right now it's under Brandon, okay? It doesn't even have to be wife. Like, my sister Shannon is here helping me today. Watch this. I can come right here. And say I knew her cell phone number or her phone number or whatever. The more information you put in, the more that you're actually going to then be able to search and have that kind of stuff. So wife, sister, doesn't make a bit of difference. Owner, send emails to so-and-so, like who's my contact person? And so that's what that allows you to do. As far as adding log entries, she already added a couple as far as like what was going on, and we ended up actually documenting a whole bunch more on the elements of time for her particular project. But say, for instance, Brandon called. I know I'm Brandon. I'm just on this particular record. Add a log entry. It's this easy. You come here and you say, what happened? And say I actually said, hey, this was a phone call. You can change the date and time, no problem. He split his suit. He was doing gymnastics or whatever. Okay, whatever. But anyway, a log note is very simple. The interesting thing about this is it's unlimited. You can also add HTML if you know how to do some of those type of things. And so it's not required at all. It's just another option that exists. If I hit enter a couple times and put another paragraph, when I actually submit this log entry, it'll retain that format, okay? Brandon called, he split his suit, he was doing wrestling. This is another paragraph. If I go back to edit that, it will actually show the HTML tags that are required to put those line breaks in there, okay? Like, it's kind of trying to help you, or if you know how to do bold or underlined or anything like that, it's technically available if you know how to do HTML. There is a great little help file here. It allows, here's a line break, here's a hyperlink, here's how you do bold, italics, bullets, numbers, lines, etc. Like, there's a bunch of different things that you can technically do, and it will play the game. So, for instance, watch this. It literally could be this easy. We'll just go a quick little copy. I'll hit back. I'm right here. I'm just going to enter a couple more times, paste that in, and I'm going to say re-sew. And item 2 is re-sew again. I'm just teasing, but basically I wanted to just show you that the HTML capacity of that actually allows you, oh, but I didn't do anything with item 3. If I didn't want that, literally, because it's in there and it's available, and you literally go like this, LI to LI, that's your list item. Oh, my mouse isn't working very well. Okay, I'll just go like this. If you know HTML, piece of cake. Click. So now I just have re-sew and re-sew again. Okay. So like, technically, your log notes don't have to just be quick little text. Sometimes we will actually go in and we'll grab tons of stuff. Like, watch how long this log note is. This is an 11-page document right here, okay? Say I'm grabbing this right here. Whoa, I started moving all sorts of stuff there. Let's just pretend for a second that I grabbed a whole bunch of text, and I go Control Copy, and I flip over here, and I say Add a new log entry. And I say, hey, this is a general, or maybe this is internal, and I just go Paste. Okay, it's got tons of crazy stuff in there. You probably want to clean it up, but I just wanted to show you that you can actually technically put big old amounts of information. It doesn't hurt a thing, okay? This is now totally searchable as far as like different stuff like that. If you wanted to search log notes that had the word web in it, boom, you can do it. Okay, we're going to actually do that just so you can see what's going to happen. I'm going to go to the advanced customer search, okay? There's multiple ways to it. I could either go customer ADV as a shortcut. I could find a link. I could be on the customer homepage and find a link from there. There's a ton of different ways to get to the advanced search. Click here. There's 3 different search forms here. I'm gonna blow out just a second so you can see them, okay? This top whole thing from this dark bar to here is searching the main customers. This is searching the log notes. This is searching the additional contacts, okay? So there's technically 3 different pieces of the puzzle here. I would just come down to the part where it says user maintained logs, and I could literally go just like this. In log notes, I want web. And I'm not worried about any sort of dates. Search it. Okay, it found the one that we just barely did, and it says, hey, that's pretty long. I'm not sure if I'm really going to show this to you right here, but I'll let you drill down and you can get right into Brandon's information and get to all of his pieces of the puzzle. Once you learn that the pieces are there and then you can search them, that's where some of the power comes as far as being able to use Atlas and whatnot. Awesome. Shannon, any questions or anything?
No, not yet.
Okay, great. So what else can customers do, as long as we're kind of on customers? Okay, check this out. We don't have any sort of photos right here, right? So there's technically an Add Edit Photo link, or if you see the no icon, or like no photo, you can click right on it and it'll take you to the Add Photo page. I'm going to just click Browse, and we'll just go quickly grab a quick little picture here, and we'll just find some family photos, and just for fun we'll go, who knows, we'll pretend. Say that we were actually trying to find one, and I know that this is kind of random, but I don't even know what's in here. Oh, here's some of my kids playing in the snow and stuff like this. They're not rotated, so that I would technically have to rotate them as well. But let's just pretend that we... I'm sorry, I don't even know which one I'm looking for, but like, basically everybody has tons and tons of family photos. Let's pretend that we wanted to add this little photo in there. Click Go. It goes in and it adds the little photo, and then technically here's the photo that you just added into the different little pieces of the puzzle. This looks like my neighbor and another person that lives in our area. Okay, that's actually not me, but it's very easy. You can add as many photos as you want. It's part of the customer bucket, if you will. Okay, we talk constantly about this type of stuff as far as an analogy. Okay, customers can have tons of these different pieces. Okay, they have additional subs and notes and like all kinds of stuff. Okay, so technically, even right here, let's say that we wanted to look at my particular entity right now. So I'm going to go back to my log, and we're just going to briefly just kind of say, what does this have? Okay, so this is Brandon Moore under the Seamstitch thing, and what ends up happening, I have a main. Yes, I do have that main. Okay, we come back. How many additional contacts? Oh, 2 additional contacts. So you would basically come here and you say, hey, in my special subs, I have 2 contacts in that little bucket. Okay. You come back here and you say logs. How many logs does he have? 4 log notes. You come back here, special sub for customers. He has 4 log notes. You come down a little bit lower. Oh, he's got 1 piece of FlexGrid. In another little bucket tied to that customer, you put a little piece of FlexGrid in. Okay. We know he has a photo. We could put a little photo in here. System history, we have no clue. We would have to check. We'd have to come up here and kind of say, what is the history on this thing? And then we would come down and look, and it already has 14 records, okay? Some of this was tying to invoices, tying it to time, tying it to all kinds of stuff, adding new log entries, whatever needs to happen. It's kind of a, so technically right here, this particular cup number 4, this little bucket, has 14 entries in it. So that's how we build objects in Atlas. So it kind of makes it fun that way. Okay, I'm kind of going all over the place. I think we'll switch it up here just a little bit. And are there any other questions on customers?
No, not yet.
Okay, so if we kind of did our little light thing on customers here, okay, so they technically can have statements and they can come down, AR waiting room, invoices, quotes, elements of time, and e-commerce, stuff like this, okay? So we can talk about anything. We've lightly talked about quotes and invoices, shopping carts, interfaces. We've lightly talked about elements of time. We haven't spent much time at all about e-commerce, but basically what it is this same interface that happens here is just externally exposed, so it goes customer interacts through shopping cart through e-commerce, which eventually dumps it into your invoices and or quotes or orders section, okay? We talked lightly about logs. We have not talked anything about statements or accounts receivable. Wish we had, Shannon.